Ano nga ba yung fish fermentation o yung tinatawag na pagbuburo? The fermentation itself ay ito yung breakdown ng organic substances into a simpler components with the action of enzymes aided by microorganisms. Yung fish po natin, nagkakaroon siya ng breakdown with the sa tulong ng mikrobyo. The fermented fish is different from salted fish. Yung salted fish kasi, hindi nagbabago ang appearance niyan. Kung ano yung spinroses natin, ganun din po siya. Yun nga lang, nagkakaroon siya ng moisture loss. Whereas sa fermented fish, nagkakaroon siya ng liquefaction ng protein. Ang mga popular na ating fermented fish products dito sa atin, yung ating patis at fish paste or yung tinatawag na bagoong. Next please, Miss Rose. Ano ba yung mga kailangan natin para sa fermented fish products? Para sa ating mga pagbuburo, the raw materials should be very fresh. The raw material should be immediately salted without delay. Ang ating isda must be stored in ice before use with the correct amount of salt that should be added. All of this nagko-contribute siya para magkaroon tayo ng magandang produkto, yung ating state-of-the-art product ng ating mga fermented fish products. Next. Next, Ms. Rose. Ito yung mga common fishes for fermentation. Yung ating galunggong, na dilis at alamang. Itong tatlong to, ginagamit sa ating patis at bagoong. Whereas yung ating bangus or milkfish, the tilapia, dalag or mudfish, ito naman ginagamit para sa pagbuburo yung tatawag nating burong isda at balaw-balaw. Ito na. Ay, naku, nawala. Next, Rose, nawala. Teka, Rose, nawala. Ito. The raw materials for fermentation, another raw materials, yung ating clams, tahong, at saka oyster. Ito yung mga nilalagyan lang ng brine or vinegar, yung tinatawag nating sisig. Next, please. The common fermented fish products. I-discuss ko muna sa inyo, ito si patis. Yung patis, ito yung clear liquid sauce na may kulay na amber sa ang kulay depending sa raw material na ginagamit natin. Nagkakaroon pa siya ng fermentation added followed by the nagse-separate siya ang liquid sa residue sa mixture na ito. Ang fermentation nitong patis natin medyo may katagalan nga. From 8 months to 18 months, depende sa kind of isda na gagamitin natin. Pero naman ito, parang kumbaga from the initial hanggang sa third extract, which I will explain later. Next. Kasi magkamali ako. Another common fermented fish products, yung ating bagoong. Ito yung bagoong or fish paste na galing sa alamang with and other shellfish with salt added. This time, ang fermentation lamang ng ating bagoong ay less than 2 weeks or more than a year. It depends pa rin sa raw material na gagamitin natin. Ito po yung mga kind of products na nasa market natin ngayon. Next, please. Another fermented fish products, we have the burong isda or the balaw-balaw. The fermented fish products nitong tinatawag nating burong isda ay mayroon siyang cooked rice and made of fish or shrimp added with salt. Itong product na to, pag isda siya, we call it burong isda. But if you will use a hipon or yung mga tiny shrimp, we call this balaw-balaw. Others, they are using angkak to sometimes added to enhance the taste and the color. Just like this one na medyo pinkish, red pinkish po siya pag may uncap. This one, wala po siyang uncap. Next. Ano ba yung mga kailangan natin para sa pagbuburo? Unang-una, yung ating fresh fish. Fresh fish, your shrimp or shellfish with salt. Fermentation tank. Ito yung concrete or plastic properly covered. Yung fermentation tank natin, yung concrete, they call it toong. Yung plastic na dapat gamitin natin must be food grade na yung mga balde. Mixing tank for fish and salt. Most importante po gagamitin natin kasi may salt ito. Dapat all stainless steel. Storage tank for pure and blended patis. Dito natin ini-store, kumbaga parang nagkakaroon siya ng added aroma. The filling machine or annual filling and the packaging materials. It might be glass or plastic bottle with caps properly labeled. Next, please. Now, sa ngayon, eto muna tayo. I-discuss ko briefly ang ating patis processing. Next, please. This is the general procedure sa paggawa ng patis. Your fresh fish, you just add salt, 1 part salt to 3 parts fish. We call it 1:3 ratio proportion. Then, fermentation. The fermentation, it will take time. Depende sa klase ng isda na gagamitin natin. We will now collect it, the filter, the patis. Yung patis or fish sauce, yun yung nasa liquid portion na nasa ibabaw ng fermentation tank. After that, the fermentation, we will now bottle, package this, and storage and distribution. Ito po yung illustration, simple illustration ng ating patis, general procedure sa patis. Next, please. This one is the flow chart. Ito step by step. We have the fresh fish. You have to mix it with 1 part salt or 3 parts fish, 1:3 proportion. You ferment it for 6 months to 1.5 years. So it is the fermentation depende sa kind of fish from 6 months to 18 months. Then, kukunin natin yung liquid portion at the bottom of the fermentation tank. After that, magkakaroon tayo ng dalawang produkto. We have the extract and the residue. From the first extract, which is our patis, you filter it and store. Then you can bottle it as patis puro or some others para medyo malaking kita. They blend it with other patis formulation. Ang atin namang first extract residue o ito na tawag na sapal, you just mix it with saturated 25% brine. Yung 25% na yun, yung saturated brine or 1:3 at a proportion of 1:3. 1 part is your salt, 3 parts is your water. You age it or hold it for 2 to 4 weeks. This time, medyo maiksi na siya kasi nagkaroon na siya ng fermentation process. You collect and drain the extract. From this extract na from this solution na ginawa natin, we will now have the second extract patis. Yung second, magkakaroon na naman to ng ng separation. Yung nasa ibabaw, yung patis, at yung nasa ilalim ay residue. The second extract patis, we just add sodium benzoate or caramel. Caramel to add color kasi medyo light na ang kulay nito. Then we will bottle it as special patis. From this extract, magkakaroon tayo ng second extract residue. Yung second extract residue, you mix it with saturated brine. You hold this for 2 to 4 weeks again. So, eto na tayo. Pagkatapos nito, magkakaroon na naman ito itong mixture na to. Magkakaroon na siya ng extract ng patis at third extract residue. Yung third extract patis, you just add sodium benzoate and caramel. Then, bottle it as patis flavor. So ang mangyayari nito from the initial fresh fish hanggang sa makakuha tayo ng 1, 2, 3 kind of patis. Your patis puro, your special patis, and your patis flavor. Next, please. This is an illustration or yung picture kung paano natin ginawa. This one, a simple addition. Yung isda, inasinan, tapos ferment natin siya. Ito ang mga fermentation container, mga plastic drum. Dapat po food grade. After fermentation, dito siya, ito makikita nyo may liquid portion na nangibabaw sa ano. Tapos itong mga ito laman-laman, yung residue niya, we will filter it, you extract, then filter. Pag na-filter na natin, this is our product, yung patis. This kind of patis blended with other patis flavoring. We have now some other kind of patis na nasa market. Next slide, please. ITDI developed patis standard. Yung standard na to, we call it PNS, Philippine National Standard for Agricultural and Food Products, most especially sa specifically for fish patis sauce. We have the standard requirements for patis. We have the protein content, the total solids, total content, and the microbial analysis. For the protein content, we have the different kind of patis. Our special patis must have 8%. The regular is 4, and the flavor is 1. The total solids is 28, 24, 21, with a minimum of between 20 to 25% sodium chloride or salt, and with a microbial count of 50. This one, itong protein content na to, na nakuha natin sa analysis, ay siyang mag-identify for what kind of patis that we have. Ito po yung kasi nakikita natin sa market, meron tayong special, meron tayong premium, meron flavored patis. Na siya ang mag-identify what kind of patis you have dito sa protein content na to. Paano naman natin malalaman ang protein content? We have to submit our samples sa mga testing laboratory o yung yung one lab laboratory ng DOST and ITDI, we have the STD, Standard Testing Division. You just submit your sample for a certain fee, malalaman na natin itong mga analysis na to. Next, please. Ms. Rose. We now go to bagoong. Bagoong na napakasarap, kilalang-kilala na natin sa market na masarap na condiments. The bagoong or fish paste is a mixture of small fish, yung ating mga alamang, with a flavoring that undergone partial or complete fermentation. It must be free from foreign matter such as sand, animal, and insect parts. Itong bagoong na to galing ng alamang. Ito ang kind of bagoong alamang na nasa market. This one, we call it bagong isda. Ito ay bagoong alamang. Next, please. The process flow for bagoong process. This one is very simple. Again, at a ratio of 1:3 for our alamang or any small fishes. You ferment it in a fermenting constrict tank or an earthen jars or any plastic container. You cover and allow to ferment for 3 months only, especially if you will use alamang or dilis. Dilis 3 to 6 months, galunggong 6 to 8 months. Short period of fermentation lang siya. You fill it in glass bottles, then pwede na siya maging bagong monamon or balayan. Next, please. Next, Rose. The bagoong during fermentation. Ito yung partially digested pa na bagoong natin. At saka ito yung bagoong natin na completely digested. Itong mga to, kung yung sa bagoong balayan, for bagoong monamon, ground siya, partially ground para makaproduce ng bagoong. Yung balayan naman, they just whole combination, yung solid at saka liquid, ginigiling, that is yung tinatawag nating bagoong balayan ng Batangas. Next slide, please. The bagoong sa ating export market. Our bagoong can be bottled. Tapos tinatawag nating, binabattle pa siya, tinatawag nating sauteed fish paste or bagoong, ginisang bagoong alamang in bottle. Next, please. Next, Ms. Rose. Another kind of bagoong. This is, we call it padas. Bagoong padas. Ito sisi din to. Bagoong sisi na nasa Visayas at Mindanao. This one is in the Cavite, more on Cavite tsaka Visayas. Ito yung ating bagoong balayan na giniling na siya. The solid and the liquid portion, giniling siya. So we have now the bottled bagoong balayan. Next slide. Next, please. The process flow for bagoong alamang. Ito yung bagoong alamang na ginagawa natin, yung ferment, yung sauteed bagoong alamang. Yung bagoong alamang, dilinisin, then you mix it 1 part salt, 1 part salt, 3 parts alamang. Transfer natin sa fermentation container. After na-transfer na siya, na-ferment na siya, we have to, yung iba nilalagay na sila in jars o isa sa pails. Ito yung uncooked bagoong. This one, we call it bagoong na uncooked, nasariwa pa siya, but they bottle it. Yung isa naman, na press, yung nasa pails, ang tawag dito ay inasinan. Ito yung binibili sa market ng mga processors na they are the one who continue to ferment the bagoong. When you pack it in jars, meron tayong thermal processing na tinatawag. I will explain later. Next, please. Ms. Rose. This is our binabanggit ko, I mentioned before, yung sauteed bagoong alamang in bottled. Ito yung nasutay na siya, then you pack it in bottles. Our bagoong, we saute it with your garlic, vinegar, and condiments. Evaporate to dryness. Others, they are adding sugar, mag-combination ng maalat at matamis. Pack while hot in jars. You pasteurize it or process it at 100 degrees centigrade. You cool, wash, dry, then label. The pasteurization na nandito pong 100 degrees centigrade is just only an estimate pasteurization. But the actual pasteurization of your product, especially yung may mga laman siya, it must undergo the heat penetration test para malaman natin ang correct processing schedule. The heat penetration test is conducted in our office dito sa ITDI with a certain fee. You just contact our office for the proper scheduling of your test. Next slide, please. The salted bagoong alamang in glass jars. Ito yung mga sample na nasa market natin with different brands. Must be salted or may not be fermented. May be fermented. The product must undergo heat penetration test to determine the processing schedule para maging shelf stable yung product natin. What I mentioned before, importante po ito na mag-undergo the right processing schedule. And the right processing schedule will be determined by conducting an heat penetration test, which is dito sa office namin for a certain fee. Yung office namin, ITDI po, sa Food Processing Division. The salt content of the product should be at least 25% to prevent spoilage. Next slide. Another forms of shrimp paste. Ito yung mga black. Tinatawag natin ginamos sa mga Visayas. Ito nabibili lang sa mga wet market sa Visayas. Black magbagoong siya, which is very dry siya. Dinadry po siya, and then they form it into black. Another form of shrimp black from Malaysia. Next slide, please. Next. We have, aside from the PNS, Philippine National Standards for Processing, we have also draft standard for salt fermented fish and shrimp, yung ating bagoong, which was completely submitted sa Food and Drug Administration or FDA and the Bureau of Product Standards. You can have a copy of this sa Bureau of Product Standards. This is standard, the draft recommended code of practice, ay gagamitin natin intended for direct consumption as condiment. Ito yung ginagamit natin sa paggawa ng sa pag-process ng ating bagoong. Ito po yung iniinan siya. It does not apply to fish sauce or patis. Ito po yung salt fermented fish and bagoong na intended sa mga processors, pinaka-guideline nila sa pag-process ng bagoong. Next, please. Next. The recommended code of practice, the same. The code of practice is adopted, and this is the guide for production, storage, and handling of salt fermented fish and shrimp. You can have it again, have it in a copy from the Bureau of Product Standards. Next, please. The processing of fermented fish and shrimp with rice. Another product po natin to, aside from yung ating patis at bagong, we have also our burong isda. The burong isda with cooked rice. Ang ating isda rito, we use dalag or mudfish, bangus, or ang ating tilapia. The bangus or the dalag, we must remove preparation. You have to prepare it first. You remove the scales, split into butterfly fillet, then remove the viscera and gills, and ito po lilinisin natin yung mga dumi, yung mga dugo. Then you rub it with salt. After the preparation of the fish, the cooked rice, you add salt and angkak. The cooked rice mixed with rice and fish. Transfer in glass jars and ferment for 1 to 2 weeks. The formulation natin, the clean fish for every must have 1/2 kilogram. The salt is 200 grams. The cooked rice is 1/2 kilograms. The others, they are using uncooked proportion of 1 tablespoon. After fermentation, you refrigerate to stop the fermentation. It's only a short period of time for 1 to 2 weeks. Para na-stop na siya stop the fermentation, once you want to eat, kainin mo na, you saute is as condiment. Next slide, please. Next, Rose. The shelf-stable burong isda and glass jars. As I mentioned before, ito yung mixture ng burong isda, the fish with the rice and salt. This is how you ferment it in glass jars. Be sure the glass jars must be sterilized. And then after that, na-ferment na siya, we have to saute it with some in some ingredients, then bottle. Again, the bottled bagoong must undergo the right processing schedule by determining through the heat penetration test. Importante po yan kasi mga bottled product po siya. Kailangan po talaga malaman natin ang right processing schedule na ginawa po namin through our division dito sa food processing division na tinatawag nating heat penetration test with a certain fee. Next po. Next rows. This is our burong hipon or we call it balaw-balaw. This one, yung burong isda, ginamit natin na isda. And this one, the burong hipon, ginamit natin ay tiny shrimp or yung mga jumping shrimp. Then, same with processing to burong isda. You bottle it again, then with the bottle it again to the computed processing schedule for a better, para makuha natin yung shelf life ng product. Ito po, may angkak po yan, kaya medyo may pinkish ang kulay niya.